16-4. That's the Warriors' record since trading for Jimmy Butler. And if that sounds ridiculous, it's because it is. A team that looked dead in the water just 2 months ago has suddenly transformed into one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA. Curry is playing more freely than he has in years. Butler has completely reshaped their identity. One of their best two-way players, Jonathan Kuminga, is back from injury, and the combination of Draymond Green and Butler on defense is looking scary. Everything is clicking, and right now they're playing some of the best basketball in the NBA. Let's break down why this version of the Warriors is something special. Since acquiring Jimmy Butler, the Golden State Warriors have been on an absolute tear. This isn't just a hot streak, it's one of the most impressive runs in recent years. 16-4 since Butler arrived, 16-3 when he plays, 8-2 over their last 10. The Warriors aren't just good, they're starting to feel inevitable. Internal development and rotation tweaks have played a role, but the biggest factor is Butler. This isn't new. The Bulls went 11-4 when they first got him. The Wolves went 10-5. The Sixers went 11-4. The Heat went 12-3. Everywhere he goes, teams win. Butler doesn't just play basketball, he plays winning basketball. And before he got to Golden State, the Warriors were completely dependent on Steph Curry. When he wasn't on the floor, they were getting outscored by a cumulative 90 points. Since Butler arrived, that number has flipped. The Warriors are now plus 33 without Curry. A perfect example is their recent win against the Bucks, where Butler stepped in as the primary option with Steph out. 24 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists, and absolute control of the game down the stretch. Knocking down tough jumpers, drawing fouls, going 11 for 11 from the line, vintage Butler. But that 10-assist night is just another sign of how his game is evolving in Golden State. Butler is passing more with the Warriors than he ever did with the Heat, and the numbers back it up. His passes per game jumped from 40.7 in Miami to 49.6 in Golden State, and his secondary assists more than doubled from 0.4 to 0.9. But it's not just about assists. Butler drives to pass, drawing help defenders before slipping drop-offs to cutters or spraying kickouts to shooters. From the high and low post, he reads the floor with patience, attacking when needed, but always looking to keep the offense moving. Golden State's motion offense isn't just adjusting his play style, it's turning him into a full-time facilitator. Some of that comes from the Warriors system, but Butler has also been actively looking for teammates more than his own shot since joining the team. Steve Kerr noticed it immediately. After Butler's Warriors debut, Kerr said, "His passing changes everything, connects the game, and he does it from anywhere. He'll dive down to the post, catch it down there, or he'll pass off the dribble, or he'll just make the quick swing." None of this is surprising. Since 2019, Butler hasn't had a season averaging fewer than 5.3 assists per game. As a de facto point forward, he can stabilize Golden State's offense when Curry is off the floor while also bringing a sense of control to the Warriors' high-speed chaos. Defensively, he adds elite intelligence and toughness, slotting into a supercharged version of the role Andre Iguodala played during the dynasty years. Since the All-Star break, the results speak for themselves. Third in offense, tied for second in defense, first in net rating, climbing all the way to 6th in the West. But the Warriors are also a two-way team, and since Butler's arrival, they've locked in defensively. They own the second-best defensive rating in the league during this stretch, posting a 108.2 defensive rating. That's no coincidence. Butler's impact on that end is just as significant as it is on offense. Pairing Butler with Draymond Green has given the Warriors a level of physicality they've lacked all season. His presence allows them to better mask Curry's defensive limitations while providing a second defensive anchor. A 5-time NBA All-Defensive second-team selection, Butler has the strength, quickness, and instincts to guard up and down the lineup, something the Warriors have struggled with all season. Golden State has had trouble containing bigger guards and wings like Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum, but Butler, at 6 feet 7 inches, 230 pounds, gives Kerr and defensive coordinator Jerry Stackhouse more flexibility. Since Butler's arrival, the Warriors have leaned into zone defense, and the results have been elite. Just 60 points allowed on 76 trips, 0.79 points per possession, which would rank as the stingiest zone defense in the league over a full season. But Butler isn't just a system defender. He can match up with anyone on a given possession, disrupt plays as a low man, and rotate to erase breakdowns, a skill set eerily similar to Draymond's. And having two of those guys, it changes everything. Golden State has allowed just 108.5 points per 100 non-garbage time possessions with Butler and Green on the floor, a mark that would rank second in the NBA over a full season. All in all, Butler has redefined this team. Scoring, shot creation, defensive versatility, and the ability to take pressure off Curry. The Warriors aren't just good again, they now have an identity. And speaking of Steph Curry, the addition of Jimmy Butler III has done more than just rocket Golden State up the standings. It has completely changed Curry's workload. Curry has been battered all season, facing more double teams than anyone in the league and carrying an overwhelming offensive burden. Opponents knew that if they neutralized Curry, they neutralized the Warriors. But with Butler in the mix, everything has changed. Curry, now 37, looks rejuvenated, and his production has surged since the trade deadline. Before Butler arrived, he averaged 22.7 points, 6.1 assists, and 4.5 rebounds on 43.1% shooting from the field, and 38.9% from 3 in 42 games. Since the trade, those numbers have jumped to 27.5 points, 5.8 assists, and 4.0 rebounds while shooting 48.1% from the field and 40.7% from deep. Butler's presence has given the Warriors a completely different look. They can run the offense through him inside and out, get to the free throw line more often, and most importantly, let Steph rest in game. Even beyond that, Butler's offensive gravity is unlocking the best version of Curry. For years, defenses have thrown everything at Steph: traps, doubles, full court pressure, anything to get the ball out of his hands. But with Butler on the floor, those constant double teams are disappearing. Defenders can't afford to leave Butler open or let him go one-on-one. His ability to create offense on his own forces teams to pick their poison, and for the first time in a long time, Curry is benefiting from it. Less defensive attention means Steph is free to move without the ball, relocate, and find cleaner looks. The Warriors' signature off-ball movement is back in full force, and Curry is thriving in his natural role again, darting around screens, catching defenders off guard, and knocking down open shots. Before Butler arrived, Steph had to do everything: initiate the offense, create his own looks, and carry the entire scoring load. Now, the Warriors have a secondary playmaker who can take pressure off him, attack mismatches, and get to the free throw line. It allows Steph to conserve energy, pick his spots, and remain fresh down the stretch. The result? A Warriors offense that looks completely revitalized, with Curry back to playing the way he was meant to. And that's a terrifying sight for the rest of the league. But another incredible boost to the team is the return of Jonathan Kuminga. The Warriors have lacked players who excel as scorers and on-ball defenders, and Kuminga has shown the potential to be elite in both areas. He's averaging 16.3 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 2.3 assists this season. But since he hadn't played since the Butler trade, there were concerns about how he'd fit back in. Would an ISO-heavy player and non-shooter disrupt the Warriors' chemistry? The exact opposite happened. In his return during the Warriors' 130-104 win over the Kings, Kuminga dropped 18 points in just 20 minutes off the bench, shooting 7 of 10 from the floor and 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Coming off a long injury, some rust would have been understandable. Instead, he looked quick and efficient, thriving within the flow of Golden State's offense, cutting to the rim and punishing Sacramento's overplays. In his last 5 games since returning, he's averaged 13.4 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 3.0 assists, showing his ability as a cutter and rim attacker. His speed and scoring instincts were already elite, but with Butler as the catalyst, everything is easier. Add in his defensive versatility and physicality, and the Warriors look even more dangerous with Kuminga back in the mix. The arrival of Jimmy Butler hasn't just improved the Warriors, it's completely reset their trajectory. His impact is massive, but it's also about everything else finally falling into place. Kuminga, after missing 31 games, is back and thriving as one of the best two-way wings on the team. Curry is playing more freely than ever. Green's leadership remains invaluable. And Butler, he's the perfect glue guy, seamlessly filling gaps on both ends of the floor. Now, with the playoffs approaching, the Warriors have their chess pieces set. Now, some games will be bad, it's the NBA, but this team has a formula they trust. A more balanced scoring attack with Butler, Kuminga, Moody, and Hield stepping up alongside Curry. Stronger defense, more hustle plays, and a renewed edge. If health stays on their side, this isn't just a playoff team. This is a team built for a deep run. The Warriors are certainly looking dangerous again, but are they legit contenders? Can they win another championship? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more NBA breakdowns.